Greetings, Japan fans. In today's show, we're going to continue looking at competencies for leaders. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Sor, your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, best-selling author of Japan Sales Mastery and Japan Business Mastery. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, examples, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. Don't forget to subscribe and share this podcast with your family, friends, and colleagues. We value your privacy, which is why we have our podcast hosted by Libsyn. Unlike some other hosting organizations, Libsyn have a strict policy that does not allow anyone to access your private information. Here's our daily lineup on iTunes. Mondays, the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show. Tuesday, the Presentation Japan series. Every second Tuesday, the Business Tachijin no Oshie show. Wednesdays, the Sales Japan series. Thursdays, the Leadership Japan series. And every second Thursday, the Business Pro Podcasto. Fridays, the Japan Business Mastery show. And Saturdays, Japan's top business interviews. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is sasaga. Sasaga. Sasaga means as expected, you did something well, so of course you did. You're great. That type of thing. So when someone tells you they got a deal and, they were very successful, you say, sasaga, sasaga, sasaga. You're great. Of course you did. You're great. Of course you did. No surprise there. You're wonderful. Sasaga, 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 sasaga. This is episode number 381. And we are doing part 2 of key competencies needed to lead others. Now, in part 1, we looked at 2 broad categories of leadership competencies around being self-aware and having accountability. In this next tranche, we will look at being others-focused and at being strategic. Others-focused has many subpoints, but today we will investigate 5 key aspects. Inspiring. Through role modeling and communication skills, leaders can and should inspire followers. The old days of the boss having to know more than everyone else has gone. The focus has shifted to developing followers through personal interest and example. Are you consciously, systematically doing this? Develop others. Once upon a time, certainly when I first started work, there was no particular concept that it was the leader's role to develop others. Individuals had to step up and do it by themselves. This is fundamentally what all leaders have done in the past. Today, however, business is more complex and fast-moving, so everyone needs help. One of the issues is a struggle between selfishly focusing on your own glorious career and the role of others in boosting that cause, and your own efforts to selflessly boost the careers of your direct reports. Companies need leader-producing machines. The talented rise faster and higher by demonstrating they are that very elevating machine. Those who can demonstrate they can produce leaders are given a bigger remit to do that at scale. Can you do it? And are you doing it? Positively influences others. Rabid rivalry and internecine warfare between competing thrusters amongst the leadership team permeate the wrong messages to those below. Disciples pin their hopes to the banner of the thruster they think will go higher and take them with them. Everyone is grasping the greasy pole, trying to climb over each other to the top. Politicians and sycophants abound inside companies and are a vicious form of poison because they are playing all against the middle to feather their own nest. The leader sets the tone, not whining about others in the company, not playing petty internal power games, and keeping firmly focused on beating the external rivals is the correct path. Are you and all of your colleagues on it? Effectively communicates. Personal capabilities and mastery of one's designated tasks are the usual path to promotion. Being 100% responsible for oneself is different to being responsible for a team. This is where leadership communication skills are shown to be frayed and tatty. Speaking the lingua franca is frankly so what? Communicating key messages and inspiring and persuading others to your path are the required skills. Few leaders do a great job because many are locked into the belief that all this communication stuff is fluff and hard skills are the only currency. They are doomed to be low-altitude flight path denizens because companies are looking for people who can move the masses forward. Is what you are doing every day moving them forward? Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs. We do them in the Super Safe Classroom. We do them live online. We do them in Japanese. We do them in English. And today's show is sponsored by, on the 30th of October, our professional leadership series looking at performance evaluations. On the 5th of November, we'll start the Virtual Selling Mastery program. It's a 5-week program, 3 hours at a time. On the 6th of November, we'll do another part of the professional leadership series, the coaching process. Now, our website is at enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. You can get more information on those programs there. You can just email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. If you like learning by watching videos, we've got over 1,000 at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. We are releasing 3 TV shows every week on YouTube. The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, Premier Business Show in Japan every Monday. Fridays we have the Japan Business Mastery Show. Saturdays we release Japan's top business interviews, where I interview leaders all the way from SMEs up to the corporate captains of industry on one single topic, leading in Japan. Every second Thursday we have the Business Pro Television Show. Now get my books, Japan Sales Mastery, that's the Bible for selling in Japan, and Japan Business Mastery. Welcome back. Providing direction. This sounds so simple. I mean, how hard can this be? What if it is the wrong direction, though? What if we are all being urged to sprint faster off the cliff? This is the VUCA world of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Setting the correct direction isn't the easiest thing for leaders these days. We can't know if the direction is correct until we start down the path. The clue is to adjust when confronted by unpleasant hints about the actual truth. We need to keep adjusting to the market realities and not become too convinced of our own genius and superiority. Has your leader ego convinced you that you are always correct? Being strategic is one of those tropes of leadership, but what does it actually involve? Let's look at a couple of issues. Innovative. This competency sounds obvious and easy, except that very few companies, let alone people, are actually innovative. Think of all the companies you've worked for and nominate how many came up with any significant innovations. We are better off developing an innovation muscle of the entire team than relying on our own scampy offerings. If you are substantially personally gifted in the innovation department, then hats off to you. How many people like you, then, have you ever worked with? The answer is clear. The collective team, if harnessed properly to the task of coming up with innovative ideas, can do it together. The sticking point is, do you know how to marshal your team to do that? Solves problems. This is another obvious competency, except that you are the one running yourself ragged, solving everything. Have you delegated tasks sufficiently so that others can share the burden? Leaders should be involved with big strategic issues, not with every small fry decision. If you are in the problem weeds and getting down and dirty with minor issues, it is time to rethink how you have positioned yourself as a leader. Uses authority appropriately. Does every decision have to be run by you? Are you in too many meetings? Are you hooked on your own authority and feel the need to be on top of everything? Developing staff means letting go and giving them some things to try and possibly fail with. There are no mistakes, only learning opportunities is a good mental intervention for when your staff screw things up. Delegating your own power is a tough one for driven leaders. However, if you want to rise, you have to breed successes like rabbits so that there are plenty of people to take over so that you can rise up the ranks. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then please share it with your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to subscribe. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Don't forget our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy, committed to your success here in Nippon or wherever else in the world you are joining us from. I look forward to joining you next week.